For the past 3 years, I have worked diligently and conscientiously, earning recognition from both company leadership and clients. Step by step, I climbed my way up to the position of assistant to the lead streamer. But on the day after Valentine's Day, our team's popular streamer, Nathan, suddenly introduced a new employee.
Emily, our new colleague. Everyone, please give her a warm welcome.
The girl had a face like a celebrity, with a pure and innocent look, standing delicately beside Nathan.
Is Nathan bringing in a new streamer again?
Her looks are great. She should be popular with the general public.
I heard she's Nathan's longtime crush. Just returned from studying abroad. Nathan bypassed HR to specially recruit her, replacing the top student from a prestigious university who is supposed to start next week.
I really feel for that top student. Our company's interview process has 6 rounds and lasts a month.
In our group chat, everyone was eagerly gossiping.
Before long, Emily's resume was dug up.
South Korea's Galmay University, majoring in food science and engineering. Something seems off.
I've only heard of Korea University.
Hilarious. Could her degree be fake?
Everyone had their reservations about this new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Nathan asked me to come to his office. Through the glass door, I saw Emily whispering in Nathan's ear. I turned my head away, called out Nathan, and knocked on the door. Seeing Emily jump away from Nathan, I entered the room.
Sophia, Emily is new here. Please guide her. She will be your assistant, and you will support her.
Nathan, did I hear that right?
You've worked hard these past few years. Now that Emily is here, you can take it easy.
His affectionate gaze met his beloved, completely disregarding my feelings.
I heard she studied food science. Does she know anything about live streaming?
Nathan's face darkened, his brows furrowed, and his eyes sharp.
Do you have the right to oppose?
Nathan, don't get angry. I'll need Sophia's help in the future. She pouted and clung to Nathan's arm. Let Sophia continue as your assistant, and I'll assist her.
That's not possible. We'll do as I said.
Nathan affectionately tapped Emily's nose. It was clear that my earlier opposition had prevented him from displaying his dominant charm in front of his beloved. To save face, he was determined to put me in my place. Arguing was pointless and a waste of energy.
I can agree to step down, but I want my salary doubled.
No problem.
The dominant boss sighed in relief, finally not losing face in front of his goddess.
Thank you, sister. Looking forward to working with you.
I hadn't even left the room when they started embracing and kissing passionately. Leaving his office, I lost all motivation to work. My 3 years of hard work meant nothing in front of his beloved. To secure the best prices online, I drank until I had stomach issues and ended up in the ICU. To ensure the quality of our live-streamed products, I worked tirelessly, running tests at inspection agencies. To grow our live-stream audience, I worked 365 days a year without rest. Colleagues called me a warrior in the live-streaming world. Work belongs to everyone, but health is personal. Now, I just wanted to give up. Evening livestream. An hour before the broadcast, Emily came to my desk looking for me. But I was still lying in my dorm room.
Sis, the broadcast is about to start. Can I ask you some questions?
No. Product information is in the blue folder on my desk. For other questions, please contact Jake.
With that, I hung up immediately. After all, I wasn't the one on camera. I turned off my phone and continued sleeping. I heard she spent the whole afternoon cozying up with Nathan, and now she wanted to cram. I only showed up 10 minutes before the broadcast, dragging my feet.
Where have you been?
Stomach issues.
I glanced at him and walked straight to a chair off camera. The live stream began. As Nathan and Emily appeared on screen, the comments started flooding in. Who is this beauty? She's stunning, way prettier than assistant Sophia. She and Nathan look great together. It was supposed to be a sales live stream, but people were shipping them instead. I suspected the comments praising Emily were from Nathan's hired bots. But I had no proof. After just 10 products, Nathan was already exhausted, his mouth never closing, and his voice starting to get hoarse. Emily, on the other hand, seemed like a mascot, just smiling and echoing yes, yes, yes. Nathan gave me multiple pleading looks to take over. I responded by holding my head and stomach, burying myself in my phone. I had never felt so relaxed. It was pure bliss. Finally, it was time for snack foods. I could smell the enticing aroma of the snail noodles from afar, making my mouth water. I signaled Tom to get me a bowl since I hadn't eaten dinner. But Nathan noticed and gestured for me to come over.
Sophia, come on screen and eat.
I shook my head vigorously. To my surprise, the comments were all calling my name. Fine. Tom dragged me to stand behind Nathan. Emily, in the front row, couldn't stand the smell, pinching her nose and looking displeased.
Judging by Emily's reaction, we can say today's snail noodles are the real deal. Buy it!
Sales were still in the single digits. Introduce the product information? No, thanks. Share my thoughts on the taste? No way. All I wanted was to eat. Like a hungry wolf, I devoured the noodles. Even drank the soup to the last drop. Finally, I lifted my head from the bowl.
Burp.
2 loud burps, enough to make all my colleagues look up at me. I licked my lips contentedly and sat back down.
Your stomach doesn't hurt now?
The brand representative looked displeased. As long as I wasn't embarrassed, the embarrassment was theirs. Everyone had their reservations about the new hire, Sophia. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened.
This is unacceptable. I was about to leave, but then I heard.
Just now, the 20,000 bags sold out.
Is this even possible? The comments flooded in.
Sophia's burp woke up my neighbor's kid. Gotta buy some to try.
Sophia, the most beautiful food lover.
Amazing. Buy, buy, buy.
That night, the snail noodles sold out. I also gained some popularity. A kind netizen made a comparison video of my before and after attitude, set to some comical music. It quickly shot up to the 20th spot on the entertainment news trending list. Within 6 hours, the live stream gained 200,000 new followers.
Dinner's on me tonight. I heard a new Western restaurant opened downstairs. Let's go check it out.
Everyone cheered, as if they had won a battle.
It's mainly to commend Emily for her outstanding debut.
I felt nauseous. Emily's debut performance was indeed flawless, otherwise, Nathan wouldn't have sounded like a horse duck. Upon checking, that Western restaurant turned out to be a romantic couple's spot. Using colleagues as pawns to woo his goddess?
It's clearly Sophia's achievement.
Exactly, poor Sophia.
Didn't expect Nathan to be so love-struck.
Don't put me on a pedestal, I can't bear it. I'm skipping dinner. You guys have fun.
As soon as the product selection meeting ended, I pushed my things forward and walked out. In the past, I would have put each item back in the warehouse, organized the selected product information, and headed home at dawn. I walked with a spring in my step, humming a tune. I had never gotten off work this early before. No one went to dinner, except for the sweet Nathan couple. Lock them up, don't let them harm others. Half an hour before the broadcast, both of their phones were off, and they were unreachable. The live stream room was in chaos. This had never happened before. I leisurely sipped my tea at my desk. A few operations staff ran over anxiously for help.
What should we do? They're still unreachable.
I remained calm and gave instructions.
Prepare for both scenarios. If Nathan doesn't show up in the last 5 minutes, post a cancellation notice on the platform. As for the clients, let Nathan explain himself. We won't cover for him.
Just as Alex was about to hit the publish button, Nathan walked in with Emily, laughing and chatting.
Sorry, my phone died.
Everyone was fuming, but no one spoke up. There was no point in fighting. Today's live stream was just like yesterday's, no changes. The only difference might have been that Nathan wasn't familiar with the products, spending most of the time staring at the teleprompter and reading directly from it. When it came to the Instant Bird's Nest product, the teleprompter was blank.
This bird's nest is quite cost-effective.
Stop talking, just post the link.
Folks, I've slashed the price of the bird's nest. 258 yuan for 15 bowls.
The product sold out in seconds, 50,000 orders. Added another 100,000 orders.
Bird's nest, a beauty elixir.
I instinctively picked up a bottle and moved into the frame. After the first spoonful, it tasted strange, like industrial sweetener, and had a gluey texture. A few more bites, and my throat felt a bit scratchy. I glanced at Tom, who was also tasting it. Usually lively, he was unusually silent and looked serious.
Sophia, tell us how it tastes. The comments are flooding in.
This bird's nest isn't fishy, doesn't have strands, is gluey, and quite sweet.
Tom nodded vigorously beside me.
Anyway, it's different from the bird's nest I've had before. Maybe it's because it's a new product.
I inadvertently noticed the small words flavored drink at the bottom right of the bottle.
This is a flavored drink, not authentic bird's nest. Please purchase with caution.
Nathan's eyes widened in shock, scanning the words on the bottle like a minefield. Emily was still arguing, insisting it was genuine bird's nest.
Director, cut to a close-up of the bottle.
A major disaster on live stream. Emily started crying coquettishly and ran out of the live stream room. Several directors discussed cutting the signal immediately. Broadcast ended. The partners held an emergency meeting overnight and immediately decided Emily was to be dismissed, and Nathan was put on indefinite leave.
Did you hear? The bird's nest featured in yesterday's live stream wasn't even vetted. The supplier was Emily's uncle, and Nathan brought the sample just before the broadcast.
No wonder she suddenly ran off yesterday. It all makes sense now.
After Sophia intervened yesterday, fans started returning their purchases, and sales dropped to 0. Ha ha.
I closed my phone and quickly fell asleep. Ever since I started taking it easy, my sleep quality has skyrocketed. In my dream, the big boss wanted to promote me to a host. They invented a new way to gain followers, connecting with fans online and helping them fulfill their wishes.
Miss Sophia, can you help me comfort my dog? He just ate something he shouldn't have, and after I scolded him, he's ignoring me.
On the screen, a little corgi had its back to me. No matter how much its owner tugged, it wouldn't turn around.
Should I speak human or dog language?
Just say, little white, You need to listen to mommy and stop eating things you shouldn't.
I looked troubled, finding it hard to say. The director saw me scratching my head and wrote on the whiteboard in front of me, "Do as told."
Little White, every dog has its own freedom. Do whatever you want. If you want to eat something, go ahead, as if it's delicious. Little White, be yourself.
When I woke up, I was still waving the flag of taking it easy. Life is good now, doing the least work for double the pay. But can Nathan's live stream channel being shut down still make me this happy? It turns out that happiness doesn't disappear, it just shifts. When I was called in by Ethan, I was urgently assigned to take over Nathan's streaming position to save the company from crisis. Please transfer me to another streamer according to the current contract. I protested against the company's decision.
This decision is final. Either you accept it or take the compensation and leave.
Ethan's words made me a bit nervous. How about the salary? I asked, hoping the money would be right.
Base salary of $2 million, commission split 50-50.
Hearing this number, my eyes widened. The base salary is acceptable, but the commission should be 70-30, with me getting 70, I demanded, expecting to be negotiated down.
Agreed, but you must comply with all company arrangements. He immediately pulled out a prepared contract.
I was so shocked my jaw nearly dropped. Such a big opportunity falling into my lap? I opened the contract and saw the long list of penalties for breach of contract. Something felt off. I won't do anything illegal, I said, pushing the contract aside.
We are a legitimate streaming company. We see your potential and plan to invest heavily in you. Of course, if you discover any illegal activities, you are welcome to report them.
Ethan's assertive statement left me stunned. It's just a year. Make enough money and I can retire. I signed. Who would turn down money? Everyone had their reservations about this new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Seizing the moment between the second person, I threatened the director.
If the next one is still crazy, I will stop the broadcast.
That was an accident. The next one will be normal, I promise.
I sighed and hoped for the best. Hello, Sophia.
Hello, just call me Sophia. How can I help you?
The lines were a bit more practiced.
Well, Sophia, because of the mask situation, I haven't been home for 3 years, and I miss my mom a lot.
A normal person, the director didn't lie to me. Love is about to be called upon.
Don't cry. Is your wish for us to buy you a ticket home?
No.
Then do you want us to bring your mom to where you live so you can reunite?
Not that either.
My brain capacity was limited, and I couldn't think of anything else.
Can I call you Mom?
The sip of water I just took was sprayed out. I was speechless.
Miss, I'm still single and childless. Besides, we should be around the same age, right?
Doesn't matter! Mom! Mom! Mom!
The chat exploded. A user with a black avatar rallied everyone to type "Mom" on the screen. The screen was filled with "Mom." Even tadpoles looking for their mom wouldn't be this spectacular. If you can't beat them, join them.
All right, my dear children, I accept your love.
I quickly kicked out the instigator who started calling me Mom. More and more people entered the live stream. More and more Mom. Can't I beg for mercy? The chat became even more relentless. I wanted to escape, but the director held up a sign, breach of contract warning. If you can't beat them, join them. You go crazy, I'll go crazier.
I am a spaceship, but I'm out of fuel. Can you help me refuel?
Come on, type refuel in the chat. Next.
Sophia, the top streamer Jack has been divorced 3 times. Do you think he'll marry his current girlfriend?
I heard a story this afternoon and wanted to share it with you. Birdie wears a floral dress and comes here every spring. I asked Birdie why she comes, and guess what she said? Birdie said, "Mind your own business."
Sophia, I cried all afternoon. I've been married for 7 years, and my in-laws treat me terribly. I've endured it all, but they only got worse. V50, listen to my revenge plan.
It's not my mother-in-law treating me badly. Why should I pay to hear your revenge plan?
The world is full of wonders. Hold on, just 2 more minutes.
Happy times always fly by, it's almost.
A strange man's voice suddenly cut in during the live stream.
Stop that.
The director connected another fan while I wasn't paying attention. Darn capitalists.
Hello, friend.
You had a crush in middle school, and I was the one who told the teacher. Also,
Is that Nick? My arch nemesis? The chat went wild with gossip.
Want to hear the dirt?
Is this free to listen to?
I want to hear.
Explosive.
In just that moment, the live stream gained over 100,000 viewers.
Stop making up stories, friend. Maybe try a bigger imagination next time. Goodbye.
I quickly hung up. Luckily, I dodged a bullet.
What are you afraid of? Ha ha ha.
What? Am I hearing things? How is Nick still connected? I looked at the screen again, and the director had remotely controlled my computer. Stunned for a second, I quickly took out my phone to beg Nick for mercy.
Be my girlfriend.
Everyone had their reservations about this new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Narrator, tone, serious. Growing up with Nick, I can't even begin to describe how much I disliked him.
Nick, tone, teasing. Remember when I intercepted every note you passed to your crush in middle school?
Lisa, tone, angry, and when you tipped off my mom when I went to that internet cafe with a classmate in high school?
Nick, tone, smug. Or when I reported you for skipping class in college? Almost made you fail, didn't I?
Lisa, tone, shouting I studied tirelessly just to get into a city without you for graduate school. But fate had other plans.
Narrator, tone, sad. Unfortunately, I didn't get in and ended up working in Shanghai. For the next 3 years, I finally escaped Nick's clutches and could enjoy a carefree romance. But work was so hectic that I had no time for it. Now that I'm a streamer, my schedule is relatively free. But Nick showed up again.
Lisa, tone, troubled. I have no idea what he's up to.
My thoughts were suddenly interrupted by a video call from the director.
Director, tone, excited. We found out that the actor we arranged was bought off by the rival with double the price, hence the sudden change in style. I call it the ultimate assist. Do you know how many gifts we received yesterday?
Lisa, tone, indifferent. How many?
Director, tone, practically screaming over 5 million.
Lisa, tone, indifferent. Oh. Make sure to pay the taxes on time.
Narrator, tone, serious. My tone was indifferent, a sense of unease lingering, like walking on thin ice. I didn't sleep well all night, dreaming of Nick, even dreaming of doing embarrassing things with him. Nick and I are impossible. In this life, the next, and the one after that, impossible.
Narrator, tone, terrified. Little did I know, the nightmare was just beginning.
The next day's live stream, Nick joined the session again. No one knew what tricks he used to stand out among millions.
Miss Sophia, I'm back.
What a fateful encounter. What was Nick up to?
I remember him. The guy who proposed yesterday.
Yes, I remember too. More gossip, more gossip.
I felt utterly desperate.
Hello, how can I help you?
Yesterday, you agreed to be my girlfriend, and today you don't recognize me?
I can't be your girlfriend, but I can be your mom. Call me Mom.
The chat was filled with laughter.
Silent.
Don't waste our precious livestream time. Goodbye.
For the first time in my life, I won against Nick. I was secretly pleased. But my joy lasted only 2 seconds before the door opened. Nick appeared in the live stream room, holding flowers. Could her degree be fake? One of the employees murmured skeptically. Everyone had their reservations about the new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, they could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Everyone had their reservations about the new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye.
But then, something outrageous happened.
Everyone had their reservations about the new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, they could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Everyone had their reservations about this new hire. As long as she didn't cause trouble, we could turn a blind eye. But then, something outrageous happened. Later, thanks to my dramatic live streaming style, I became the most popular female streamer on the internet.
Nathan, can you believe it? Major brands are approaching me one after another.
That's amazing, Sophia! You've worked so hard for this.
Endorsement deals are endless, but I still want to live stream every week to help my viewers fulfill their wishes. I want to share happiness with more people.
Nathan and I didn't move in together until we got our marriage certificate.
Tea-night, Nathan helped me apply body lotion and eagerly carried me to the bed.
All these years, I've been faithful and kept myself just for you.
Are you sure you can handle it? She touched his firm chest muscles.
He pressed his whole body down on me, making it a bit hard to breathe. He was really gentle.
Are you okay, honey? He softly kissed my flushed cheek.
Yes, Nathan, she whispered in his ear, making him blush and kiss her more.
The soft light in the room fell on the little flowers blooming freely on the bedside table. Everything was so harmonious.
Nathan's side story.
I liked Sophia. From the first time I saw her, I liked her. We often held hands and walked home together after school.
But starting in the second year of middle school, she seemed to change, chasing after other boys. She even passed notes to my deskmate. My deskmate was sloppy and had smelly feet. How could Sophia like him?
Out of jealousy, I tore up the notes Sophia sent when my deskmate wasn't looking.
I must have torn them up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times.
Sophia stopped hanging out with my deskmate, which made me very happy. But she also stopped talking to me.
But it was okay, I was happy just to see the back of her head from the last row every day.
After a summer break, Sophia had grown into a young lady. Although we weren't in the same class in high school, several of my good friends were in her class.
One day, a good friend told me that Sophia went to an internet cafe with some troublemakers from her class. I jumped on my bike and rushed over.
The internet cafe was smoky and noisy. I weaved through people with tattoos and gold chains and found Sophia by following the noise.
I pulled my hat down low and sat at a spot to her right and behind her. I kept an eye on the guy in the floral shirt next to her, ready to step in if he tried anything.
Within 10 minutes, Sophia's parents stormed into the internet cafe and dragged her home.
Yes, I was the one who tipped him off.
After that, Sophia's mom rented a place near the school to keep an eye on her. Sophia did nothing but study for 3 years.
We didn't speak a word, not even when applying for college.
To my surprise, we ended up at the same university, in the same major. She learned to dress up and looked very charming.
I wasn't bad either, standing out at 190 centimeters tall. Many girls flocked to me, but I didn't pay them any attention. She was the only one who shone in my eyes.
But Sophia treated me like the plague, turning away whenever she saw me. Luckily, I was on good terms with her best friend, Lily, so I could always find out how she was doing.
Recently, Sophia had been skipping classes to go on dates with a senior. That senior had dated more than a dozen girls. In a fit of anger, I reported Sophia's truancy to the teacher.
I hoped she would learn her lesson, focus on her studies, and stay away from bad influences. But the consequences were beyond my expectations.
Somehow, the teacher found out Sophia had skipped 4 classes and insisted on failing her. I cried and begged the counselor multiple times, yes, cried.
The counselor stepped in and resolved the issue for me. Although the teacher gave her the lowest passing grade, at least she didn't fail.
After that, Sophia no longer turned away when she saw me but treated me like air, completely ignoring me.
I was frustrated, unable to express my feelings, silently protecting her. My grades were excellent, and I smoothly got into the graduate program at our university.
I gladly accepted, imagining that after graduating, I would find a better job and have the confidence to protect the one I wanted to protect.
But Lily told me she and Sophia were moving to Shanghai for work. 2 girls in a strange city would surely have a hard time.
After much hesitation, I decided to give up my graduate studies and move to Shanghai.
After graduation, her social media became a blank slate. She had blocked me. I was just a poor recent graduate, what could I offer her?
I worked tirelessly, seizing every opportunity to improve myself. Fortunately, my hard work paid off, and my career gradually took off.
One night, as I stretched and planned to refill my coffee to continue working late, Lily called me in tears, asking if I could get some imported medicine because Sophia was sick.
I agreed without hesitation. The medicine was hard to find. I contacted many scalpers, some said they couldn't get it, while others took my deposit and then blocked me.
Finally, I bought the medicine at 5 times the market price, which emptied my 3-month salary.
I delivered the medicine to the hospital and saw her lying in bed, looking frail through the glass door. My heart ached.
To nourish her, I bought fresh ingredients and asked the cafeteria auntie to cook them, then delivered the meals to the hospital.
She recovered well and was back on her feet in no time. Watching her walk down the long corridor, I smiled with relief.
The company went public successfully, and as a founding member, I received $1 million salary and stock options.
I thought, it's time. So, I appeared in the live stream.
The rest of the story, everyone knows.
The end.